Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I feel like I'm too light. Anyway, hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Thato and welcome to my channel. And for those who are returning, thank you so much for coming back, guys. I really appreciate it. So in today's video, I'm gonna be doing a chit chat with you guys. I remember I did a video with my husband where he did my makeup. I'm gonna insert it in the card. And I asked you guys to suggest anything that you'd like to know about us. And some of you, not all of you obviously, suggested that I do a how I met my husband video. So I just thought, let me get ready and just do this chit chat with you guys. So don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and also turn on your post notifications so that every time I post a video you get to be notified. I've already done my brows. I'm not happy with them, but I know lashes are gonna hide, you know, what is going on here. Okay, and I've already primed my face. This dates back to 2014. Yeah, 2014 September, October, and I was still in Soweto. I was still in school. And on that specific day, okay, what am I doing now? Now I need to do my eyeshadow. Okay, on that specific day, okay, I had a boyfriend. Let me just get that out of the way. I had a boyfriend then, and we had issues. Like we had issues with my boyfriend, and he decided that he was gonna leave me and go Major League. If you live in Soweto, you know that Major League is a big thing. Major League that happens Major League is a very big thing, or was a big thing back then. So this guy left me. We planned that we were going to go to Major League together, but no, my nigga was like, no, I'ma leave you. Nastlaila, I went to his house. When I got to his house, his mother, like, we were in that type of a relationship where we would just go and knock and ask, oh thanks ban, and they were like, no, hi, but kasona lkhumu. Yo, only to find out, oh no, Manika has left, and he did not say shit to me. He did not tell me that he was leaving. Now in my head, you know, I go to his house. His mother is like, no, utsamaile lebo mama kal karapas. I'm like, mama was we were supposed to go with them vele because they had transport, and we knew it's very convenient when you have your own transport when you go to these things, you know, like when you want to come back, you just come back. So I'm like, this guy utsamaile vele usaile go Major League. Okay, cool. I go home. I cried, guys. Now, one thing about me, I love hard. Like, I love hard. I think this is why my husband was like, you know what? Okay, my now husband was like, you know what? Let me just put a ring on it, because I can see, this woman loves me, you know? So, okay. I went home. I was like, you know what? I called my friend. I called my other friend and I told her, yo, he left me. Okay, let's just call him Tabang. Tabang has left me. I was at his house. His mom told me that he had gone already go Major League and we were supposed to go together, only to find out that my friend is going through the same thing. So okay, we're like, you know what, friend, it's fine. She's like, no, just come to my house. I have some wines. I used to drink, I told you guys. Come over, let's just, let's just chill. It's fine. They're gonna come back and then we're gonna talk and we're gonna be fun. I'm like, I don't want wine. I want my man. And I wanna go to Major League. I wanna go to Major League so bad. I don't want wine. Cool. I went to my friends. When I got there, Lena, she was crying also. She was also crying. Her man's Lena Musile Tsamaile. She's a bit older than me, so obviously Major League wasn't, her scene, but she was like, we're gonna go together. Shapo, I get to her house. Hey, we cried. Guys, yo, that time I was the only girl at home and I had to do all the chores, I had to cook, had to clean and all that. So I was like, you know what, let me just go home and cook and then I'm gonna come back so that we can just chill for the rest of today. She's like, okay, cool. I went home, got home, I tried to cook. Guys, I couldn't. The way I was so emotional. Like, I was crying. Guys, I was crying. Shabu, I cooked. At the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do. I cooked. But I remember that day. Cool. She calls me. A few hours later, she calls me. She's like, you know what? Fuck these boys. Fuck this niggas. We're going out tonight. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, we're going out tonight. So get ready. I'm like, bitch, who are we going out with? She's like, just get ready. We're going out. I'm like, okay, my girl, we're going out. I prepare myself. Hey, Kahlapa. She's like, no, this other guy, I've been flirting with him. He's saying he's around Soweto, so we might as well, since really had broken, we might as well just I'm like, girl, let's go. Because we were like, guys, like we were so hurt. Fine. The guy comes later on. When he comes, Batlabali 4. Were there 4? It was my husband. 3. There were 3 in the car. So what's my friend? Why are these guys coming in a group? I thought you said it was only going to be the guy, like the guy or onzo flirt and the other friend. Why is one 3 and one 2? So it doesn't make sense. She's like, no, Skawara. We're gonna take my cousin with us. I'm like, oh, okay. Let's go here. My now husband was the one driving, and then there was this guy that my friend knew, the one that called my friend. So, and the other guy, they picked up my friend and her cousin first, and then they came to my house and picked me up. So I had to sneak out that day because I was staying with my uncle. My uncle only knew my boyfriend. So he was going to be like, where are you going? Because you told us, your boyfriend left you. He went to Major League. You were crying. So I had to sneak out. Luckily, my other brother, I told him that, you know what? My friend is saying, and I need you to open up for me when I come back. So at home we had spazas. So I needed to be back before 5. At 5 o'clock, the delivery for the bread was coming, so I had to open up. So I was telling my brother to prepare him that, you know what, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna knock on the window, you're gonna open for me. He's like, okay, cool. I sneaked out. My friend told me they were outside. I went outside. Guys, get ready pump. I remember I had braids. Luckily, my braids were still very, very new. Like, they were still proper. But I had no shoes. I was wearing the pumps, guys. I put on my pumps, I leave. So when I get to the car, I find I'm like, what the fuck? And now, to be honest, guys, honestly speaking, I always tell my friend, I never had an eye on anyone in the car. Honestly, I was like, you know what, these guys are just here to take us out for a good time. They're gonna drop us off and then that's it. Can't they know? No, I was going to fall for my now husband. Okay, we went to Nike Stadium, and then when we got there very late. No, thank you for coming, I really appreciate it, guys. And if it's all perform a Spaniel vest, and then the concert was over. It was chai. It was chai. So cool. These guys are like, okay, we got here very late. The concert is over. What do we do now? That time, I also knew nix. Like, you're not drunk or anything. Okay, we only drank the wine that we're drinking in the afternoon with my friend. But we're not drunk, you know. So the guys are like, what would you like to drink, since this thing is all over and we thought we were going to take you to a nice time and everything. So now everything is over. What do we do? What would you like to drink? I can't even remember what we said we wanted. And these guys were like, hey, they went into the Spoto. They came back. They were like, Bare hayo. They're like, oh, okay, we'll settle for anything that's there, hey, as long as it's sweet. Because now we're still, guys, I was never a heavy drinker. Like, I just loved sweet things, you know. I wanted to feel like I'm drinking cold drink while I was getting drunk, instead of feeling like, ugh, what's this, you know. So okay, cool. They came back. They were like, no, the only thing that's there, it's Smirnoff. We're like, okay, cool, buy it. And it's my now husband. This guy's like, no, the only thing that's there, it's Smirnoff. We're like, okay, dude, just buy it. So this other guy, he's acting so weird. Like, he's quiet in the car. We're talking. Well, we're not drunk. We're tipsy. We're talking in the car. This guy is like quiet. He's on his phone. He's talking about his girlfriend. We're like, dude, you know what? We're just here to have a good time. He's not laughing. Like, you know, when a person is just there, but their mind is somewhere else. So that's when I started noticing my husband. That's when I started noticing my husband, my now husband. Because he was like carrying, I pulled a stunt and I was like, I'm cold. And I had a jacket, but I left it in the car. I wanted everybody to now look at me and think, you know? So this guy, the guy was sharing phone, he's like, no, let me take off my jacket and give it to you. I'm like, okay. Then my husband jumps in. He's like, no, I'll give you mine. I'll give you my jacket. I'm not wearing it anyway, but he's like, I'm not wearing it anyway. So I'm like, okay, give me the jacket. It smelled so good. That's when I was like, Okay, nah. You know what? Oh, this is the one. This is the one I want. Oh yeah, now Alice Maxing and not towards what we don't care about you, brother. You know, we move on. Then my husband is like, no, I have a friend who is having a house party. We're like, house party, house party, house party, Rona. I'm like, okay, let's go, it's fine. We get to the car, we drive off. Oh, they bought 24 Smirnoff, and then I can't remember what else they bought, but Rona, we were set. So the friend was also staying around Deep Kloof. When we get there, now people start like disappearing. You know, my friend is now nowhere to be found with the guy that initially wanted to take us out. She's nowhere to be found. The cousin now has found someone. I'm drunk now. Okay, at this point I was drunk. That's when I started calling my husband's name. Bari nkare ke batla Tebogo, ke mo batla mo, ke mo nyaka mo. Ba mo bitsa. He came, he was like, yeah, mutaka wa rata sekgowa, guys. Yo, mutaka wa I don't know, was it a thing? Yahoo, like chama or anything? I don't know. He came, started hanging. I'm like, yo, this guy. I remember we sitting there by the couch, really too. And then we started talking. Like, we started connecting on another level, honestly. We started talking about church, and he told me that he attended a similar church that I used to go to. So I was like, okay, 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4. And I'm hurt. Remember, I'm hurt. My boyfriend has left me. I am major league. Now I'm getting a person who understands me on a spiritual level. What? So I'm like, yo, this guy is different, you know? And while we were talking, I told him, you know what? The reason why I'm here is only because I'm hurt. I told him the whole story of how my boyfriend has left me. He's like, no, Skawara, I'm here. It's like, Skawara, I got you. I'm like, okay. Then he also started opening up about himself, you know, about how his relationships are failing and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what, you've come to the right place. Started kissing. I remember I now wanted to sober up because I felt like we were connecting, you know, on another level, and I wanted to fully get into the moment without having to forget what happened, without having to regret, you know. So I'm like, okay. Oh, he was drinking. Okay, I met my husband. He was not drinking. He still isn't. So I'm like, he was drinking, what do you call this? Energy drink. So I'm like, can I please have a sip? He's like, no, okay, cool. Now, get my girlfriend. He hasn't said wangata. He hasn't shelled me. But I'm now acting like a CEO to this guy's life. I'm now starting, I'm now on another level. Listen, we sat there, I think, guys, we spoke. And now, I'm like, guys, now I need to leave. Because Kemanako's Paza, and it's now getting late. It's like by 3 in the morning. I'm like, I need to leave, guys. Before I said I wanted to leave, he's like, no, I gotta go kamereng and talk. Like, there are a lot of people here, and I wanna get to know you better. I'm like, this guy why is he now saying we must move away from everybody else? But because I was now the CEO, I was now seeing myself as the girlfriend, I had no problem. I was like, okay. Harry Chief, they were sitting in the living area. So he said we must go to like a private place. And then I was like, okay, cool, let's go. I knew that obviously he's a guy, and honestly, I wasn't comfortable with going into like so I was like, let's rather go in the car. So he's like, okay, cool. We go to the car. When we get to the car, this guy is now starting to say the right things, man. Remember, I'm drunk. So, I'm drunk. Yes, I'm still trying to sober up energy drink, but it doesn't just happen like that. You can't just be sober like that. It takes time. So, we get into a conversation. I can't even remember what we were talking about. Like, guys, we just clicked. Honestly, we just clicked. Everything that came to our mind, we spoke about, and it would just flow effortlessly. It would just flow. And then I told him that, you know what? You need to take me home. Like, dude. Now my friend, she's nowhere to be found, and the cousin, again. Like, legit, we can't find them. We don't know. Like, everybody was just living their best life. So Lina, I thought, or my husband thought he was gonna live his best life, Lina in the car, I don't know. But yeah, nothing happened in the car, by the way. Nothing happened. We just kissed, and then that was it. Because I felt like you can't just want to do the things with someone that you just met a few hours ago, like, and to be honest, I still had hope with my other guy that, you know what, maybe he will come back and have a proper explanation, and then we're gonna work things out. But Kanti, dude, you need to take me home. I need to be home by 5. I need to be home by 4:30. The latest is 5. He's like, okay, cool. Let me just go find your friends, and then we're gonna head out. He was so understanding. He was just a gentle somebody, man. Like, he still is. So he's like, no problem. I'll take you home, because really, that's where you got me. So I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, people were having things with people, people were disappearing with people, but it was nice. Sharp, he goes, he finds my friend and the cousin, he drives us home, and then when I get home, we got home. I remember Mutsileng, we met with a bakery, but it wasn't the one that was going to deliver in my house. But obviously, we had to joke about it. They were like, yo, we need to drive fast. Bakery. Otherwise, Thato go high. And then we laughed about it. So, when I get home, okay, I knocked. Obviously, my brother was prepared to open for me. He was waiting for me. So we exchanged numbers with my husband, and he was like, no, I'll call you during the week. This was on a Saturday, remember? So obviously I knew that the next day he was going to go to church. Like, I knew he was going to go to church. So I was like, okay, cool, we'll talk over the phone. This guy called me when he got home. He called me, he was like, yeah, I got home safe. I'll see you tomorrow after church. Like, he was saying the right things, man. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll see you tomorrow then. Tomorrow came. When it came, I remember he was dressed in a short, like in a short pant, like an upper short. Did I not get turned on by seeing his legs? I was like, oh, what do you mean? But obviously I had to act like, it's just manto, because I was still trying to play hard to get nyana with him. Because sometimes you don't wanna look like or anything like that. So I had to, I had to act like, he's just a normal guy. But yeah, we went to the park. He came very late. We went to the park and then we sat in the car. I remember that's the time I fell in love with Zonke. If you know me personally, you will know that I would die to go to a Zonke's concert. He kept playing this song Feelings and I'm like, what is this guy saying to me? Why is he playing one song? Played that song until I could sing it off heart. Like, I didn't know it that much. I knew the only feelings. That's all I knew. But I didn't know what was on more. But that night, I Mugai was just playing that song. And honestly, I was like, yo, this guy, but I was enjoying it. Nothing happened in the car. We just kissed. That's when he told me that he loved me. He told me that he loved me a day after we met. This guy Hanshela, the night he saw me, he was like, I'm just gonna take care of you, because nasa batla nix ka nna guys. Ha ke re ke batla eng fela e atla, ha ke re ke batla eng e atla. So I'm like, yo, this guy's for keeps. What do you mean? So yeah, that's what happened. That's how I met the love of my life. And honestly, since that time, I have never looked back. I have never thought about, the boyfriend came. When he came, on Monday again we were going to school. So on Sunday I saw my now husband, right? And he told me that he loved me. So I had to give him an answer, like Gamurata or not. I told him that I loved him on Sunday. Like, I love you too. So he's like, are we now in a relationship? I'm like, yes. He's like, so what about the guy you were telling me about yesterday? I'm like, you know what? Because hi. And at that time he hadn't even called me to explain himself or anything. He was like, he didn't care, So I felt, what's the point of me waiting for someone in my life? I'm like, we hang, So after that park thing, I decided, you know what, let me just dump my boyfriend because he's useless. He didn't even want to explain what happened. So I was like, my nigga, I'm done. I'm done with you. I now have someone who takes care of me. Even though it was still new, but I felt this was going somewhere. And I was right. That's how I met my husband. And we are now approaching how many years? You can count since we've been together. So I'm happy. Honestly, I am the happiest woman alive. And I'm honestly grateful that that guy that I called my boyfriend decided to see her on that day. If he did not leave me, I wasn't gonna meet my husband. So not knowing an angel. So I'm forever grateful. Like, guys, if there's one thing I'm grateful for in my life, is my husband and my child and the life that I'm channeling myself into. Like, I'm so grateful for everything that has happened since I just decided to be myself, since I just decided to be a happy me. So yeah, I'm basically done. Honestly, I just need to fix this, but I feel like this video is way too long, so I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. For those who asked for it, obviously, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you on my next upload. Ciao.